Hey everybody, it's Bobbie over at BloominHearts. I just want to remind you about the retiring list. One of them retiring, one of the stamp sets is the Swallowtail. This is a beautiful stamp set. If you don't already have them, for me this is a must-have. I'm sorry they're retiring it because it's a beautiful stamp set. I use it over and over and over. Another one that I really like is the Enjoy the Little Things. There's so many neat sentiments on here. This little Celebrate Today I've used many times. The Enjoy the Little Things and Dream Big is such a neat sentiment to put on a card. So if you're interested in stamps, check them out and see if they're still available. They'll only be out available for sale as long as the stock lasts, but once they're gone, they're not going to make any more. But I've got a few finished cards that I've made I wanted to show you. This one has got the Enjoy the Little Things. I've cut the butterfly out, just a portion of it, and the background is embossed with the fluttering embossing folder. This one, you can tell I like the Dazzling Diamonds. Most of them have Dazzling Diamonds on them. This is just a little banner made out of the designer paper from the neutral stack and a little white ribbon from Stampin' Up. I just made a little small bow. And then on the inside I stamped the corner of the wing and just used a little watercolor on that. This one is with Rich Razzleberry. I have put a piece of vellum with a little Celebrate Today on there and a small black strip down at the bottom, and then I've added some sequins. And of course the Dazzling Diamonds. This one is, I believe it's Bermuda Bay, with black and then the watercolor paper. Sometimes the watercolor paper tends to curl a little bit and it eventually straightens out. I've added some little water bead dots on there, and I'll have all the supplies listed on the site after the video is posted. This was one I made long before I ever became a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I don't know what paper I stamped this on. I was just looking for print papers to give more colors to the butterfly, and then the part that was left I put on the back of the envelope so it matches. And this one is the same way. It's just out of a print paper, and I don't know where I got the paper, what pad it even came out of, but there's just so many things. And there's the back of that envelope. So many different things you can do with your stamps. You know, you don't just have to stamp and be done. You can watercolor, emboss, there's punches, dies, just all kinds of things. It's just so many things you can do with it. Now I've got a clean piece of watercolor paper and I'm getting Dazzling Diamonds everywhere. What I like to do, I mainly just want to show you how I do the background so you'll have an idea. I like to do the wet method where you wet the background completely. It takes the paint and lets them kind of blend together, and the watercolor will do its own thing for you. It'll do its own blending if you have enough water on there. If you put it right on a dry background, then you're going to get more stripy colors. To me, it seems like. I like to put my brush right on the stamp pad and just touch it into the paper and just let the colors move around. I just dab it in. I don't really stripe it back, and I have before, but I prefer to do it that way. Just drop in some color. You can do this with your re-inkers too. Okay, that was crushed curry. I'm going to put a little melon mambo on it. A little bit more water. I like more intense colors, and if I use that water brush, the one that has the water in the barrel, I don't feel like I've got enough control over it. And I'm sure it's just me, but I don't know, it just feels too muted and pale to me, and I like more vibrant colors. But it just depends on what you like. If you want more muted tones, then that's what you'll want to do. And then I've got some Bermuda Bay. Now the more water you use, the lighter your colors are going to be. Okay. I think that's probably enough color. You see how they're kind of running together? And if you just add a little bit more water, it just kind of helps them run along and kind of meld together. Close these up and we'll dry it so I can show you how pretty the stamp set comes out. Piece of lint or something. Move my water so I don't spill it. Now, like I told you, sometimes it starts to curl up. And when you're mounting it on your card, if you can't get it to straighten out, take a little piece of that fun foam like this, which kids used to play with and cut out shapes. You can mount it to the back of your card with adhesive and it will keep it flat. But normally when you're drying it, if you turn it upside down, it'll start to flatten. This one wants to curl the other way. Okay, there it goes. I've got ink all over me, but that's nothing new for me. I've always got ink on me. Okay, so we want the swallowtail out. Do this. Yes, it's good and dry. And I'm going to use the Memento black. And with a stamp this big, I prefer to stamp the stamp upside down like this and lay my paper over top of it, because I have a hard time getting a stamp this big getting the same equal pressure all the way around, you know what I mean. So if I do it this way, I'm going to stamp it over here like this so I can get the wing. I like to put a piece of typing paper over the top of it so my watercolor paper doesn't shift. That was a piece of 90-pound watercolor paper. The 140-pound is so thick, and I like the quality of it, but it's hard on the paper cutter because it's so thick. So I try to stick with the 90-pound. And I'll have the numbers of everything listed when this video's done. Now look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love this stamp set. And look, even on this scratch paper you can see the veining in there. It's just so detailed. It's beautiful. And when I saved my mask when I cut them out so I don't have to recut them again. And you can see on that black and white mask all the fine detail in there, how pretty that is. So I just wanted you to see another technique, another way to use this stamp set. It's a beautiful set. If you're interested in it at all, you'll want to go to Stampin' Up and see if it's still available. It's on the retired product list. Again, my name is Bobbie, and I'm at BloominHearts at StampinUp.net or BloominHearts at Facebook.com. If you need any help with any of your purchases, you need any advice, have any questions, anything, just let me know. If you need a demonstrator, I would love to work with you. You need a catalog, I can get that for you too. So just let me know if there's anything at all you need. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot for spending time with me. Bye.